Donald Trump signs this executive order last night freezing federal funding of subsidies, loans, and grants. A lot of people are freaking out about this because this is going to affect a lot of people, maybe as many as 80 million people. So what's going to happen? Well, what he's doing is unconstitutional, so somebody will sue him. I know Letitia James in New York is already set to sue Donald Trump and the administration for doing this because it is unconstitutional. It'll go to court, and the court will say, stop doing this, or we'll put a pause on it, or whatever. Then he'll appeal it. Same thing will happen. The question is, when the courts say you can't do this, will he say, okay, I fucked up, I just won't do it now? Or will he say, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway? Because it all comes down to whether or not Donald Trump is being held accountable. He hasn't been held accountable for many crimes and corruption he's committed. So what will they do this time? I'm not confident they're going to do anything. Donald Trump will just roll over the top of him and do what the fuck he wants and put a lot of people in a bad situation. Now, as I'm out here on TikTok, I hear a lot of people coming, oh, tell me it's not true. He's cutting off my Section 8 housing. He's cutting off my welfare, food for my kids. What are we going to do? And a lot of these people are living in red states. A lot of these people voted for Donald Trump. And I will tell you this, if you're going to suffer and struggle with whatever Donald Trump does and you voted for Donald Trump, there is no sympathy from me. Fucking none. You deserve it. And go a step further, there are people that didn't vote for Donald Trump, that voted for Kamala Harris, that don't believe the orange deity. They're going to suffer and they're going to struggle too. And guess what? Not only are you going to struggle, I'm blaming you for them in this position. You were either too stupid or didn't care about anybody but yourself, and this is what you now get. Ultimately, something has to be done. Donald Trump is hoping for people to hit the streets and start screaming and yelling and protest and riots and all that stuff, and then he can go to the Insurrection Act, and then he can control everything. So that's not what we need to do. What can be done? Well, the Republicans hold the House and the Senate. If we want to see this shit stop, it's going to have to be initiated by the Republicans. The Republicans are going to have to say something. Let's impeach this motherfucker. And that's a distinct possibility. I think the Senate would already do it. But the Republicans are in control. They've got to do something. And I want you to watch very closely if they do anything at all or if they're just complicit with Donald Trump. Make a mental note of that. Next time you vote, use some critical fucking thinking. Don't vote for something because they talk louder or they act tougher. This is what you get. This is what you get, whether it be the far left or the far right or the middle right. You voted for this, and it's going to turn this country into a shit show. And you know what? Everybody that voted for Donald Trump, you're all fucking responsible.